Hi, this is Kevin from Red Horse Garage. While it's still winter in New Hampshire, we hope to be back up to Mount Washington soon enough. Until then, you can still enjoy watching Motoramblings.
Hey guys, welcome back to Motoramblings, where I do a bunch of riding around the mountains of western North Carolina on my 2010 Honda Goldwing and my 2012 Suzuki V-Strom. I ramble, I do some vlogging, and I ride around these beautiful mountains. So, for my returning subscribers, people who've been trying to keep up with my updates on my back, this video is going to be a little different. I have some mail to do a mail call, but ran into a whole bunch of issues today that I ended up not being able to record the mail call. So I'm going to do another video that I'd recorded where I'm doing some shout outs. But before I let that video roll, I wanted to first off thank Red Horse Garage, RHG, Kevin. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. I'll put something up here so you can kind of take a peek. And he's doing this intro that you just saw. Great stuff up there in New England, and my old stomping grounds, as a matter of fact. And he's just got a style about him. He's melodious, I guess would be the word. His cadence, how he speaks to you. It feels, it's hard to describe, but it feels like I'm being taught something in a way, but by a friend. So you check him out, Red Horse Garage. I think you'll like it. I think if you listen to him and watch some of his videos, I think you'll find that it's quite enjoyable. All right, to my back. I am at work on a limited hours and limited duty. Basically, it's see what you can do. When it starts to hurt, go home. I think I told you last time I had an orthopedic doctor scheduled, and that's about an hour and 15-minute, hour and a half drive from here. And I got there on Monday at 12:30 like I was supposed to. They had me fill out a whole bunch of paperwork. I went back into the office, and the nurse that works there came back and said, "I'm sorry, we can't see you today." They didn't have all the information they needed. Basically, the main thing they needed was imaging from the MRI that shows all the fractures in my back and the damages that have been done to any discs. Well, the orthopedic's not going to be able to recommend any sort of treatment or tell me what's going on until he can see that MRI stuff. Well, never got to them. So I am going back Wednesday on the 10th. Hopefully, they'll see me. I have that disc with the MRI in my hands to make sure that they get it. I'm still not being paid by the Department of Labor. They're still hemming and hawing, fighting, finding any excuse to say the paperwork doesn't match, so they're not paying me. It's not a problem for me at the moment, but it's a fight, and I'm fighting that battle along with the battle of trying to get my back squared away, trying to get through the pain, trying to sleep. So it's a big mess. So anyway, that's what's going on with my back. Still got the brace on. Still not able to ride the motorcycles. I'm being very careful with the back because the doctors I did see at a local urgent care told me they're a little concerned that maybe I could do something and cause a problem. But knock on wood, right now it seems to be pretty decent. One other thing before we get to the shout out video. I work at a post office, and there's several different offices that I work in the area. And it's unfortunate whenever you have an injury like this on the job, especially, that you suffer with pain. In my case, broken back. You suffer with the hassle of the Department of Labor and even some management trying to insinuate that it's not as serious as I'm making it sound. It's maybe not real. But The third thing that happens a lot, and I'm sure most of you, if you've been in any sort of work environment with more than a couple of people, you know, people talk, and people talk about you that don't know what's going on. And it's recently come to my attention that there are some individuals that are in some of these other offices that are telling others that I'm not that hurt, that I'm just not wanting to come to work anymore, that I'm lazy, that I'm faking. Well, to those people, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know the pain that I've been dealing with. And for you to sit there and tell other people that I'm doing something that I'm not, you're wrong. And if you're watching this, I hope you understand that I know who you are and I don't appreciate it. And there is. So anyway, sorry about that, folks, for the rest of you. I will cut this off here because I know that my shout-out video is fairly long, and I don't want it to be a 20-minute video. But for Harley Diners Rides, I got your mail. From One Bad Mother Runner, I got your mail. I haven't opened the package yet. I want to do that on camera for the mail call. So I should have that done next week. I was actually kind of waiting. I was expecting a package, Jody, and I finally got it. But like I said, I had some things happen today that put me way behind. So I will do the mail call video as soon as possible. But for now, please enjoy this shout out video. 3 channels I wanted to talk about today, all overseas. First one's going to be Tales from the Bike, a new channel that I found out of Ireland. Husband and wife. She rides a 2012 Suzuki V-Strom DL650, just like mine, same color and everything. And they do some camping. And I'm really looking forward to catching more and more of their videos as they do the camping over there in Ireland, which I think is really cool. Some of the videos I've seen, it's just absolutely beautiful country over there. And yeah, and it's green. Imagine that. And it's just another channel that I think a lot of you might find very interesting because it does some of the vlogging. It's the husband and wife, although she seems to be doing most of it at this point, and camping off of a motorcycle. You can't beat it. It's one of my favorite things. And apparently it's pretty popular because my most popular video was the first video I did camping off the Goldwing. Hint, hint, this summer, I think I'm going to try to do a whole lot more of that. Maybe get into some more detail, talk about my gear and some of the things I bring with me and all that good stuff. And maybe put a little more focus on that because it seems to be something people are interested in. Another channel I wanted to talk about was Aardvark Adventures. Now, I've mentioned him before. You've seen him do some introductions for some of my videos. His name is Ian, and he's from Melbourne, Australia. And he rides a Suzuki V-Strom, and he takes it off-road a lot. And some of the tracks that he rides on, probably beyond my capabilities, but then again, you know, I'm just an old fart. And he does some camping. And the roads he takes, the mud he goes through, I mean, he rides that bike as if it were a little, you know, DR650. He just has a ball, and, you know, he's very good at taking his bike apart, putting it back together, and he's got a lot of mods and how-tos to help you with your V-Strom. And he seems like a genuinely really good guy. He and I have been back and forth messaging through YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And, you know, it's kind of odd, but I feel like he's a good friend, even though I've never met him, and he's thousands upon thousands of miles away. But, you know, his most recent video, I'll put a link up here, he spoke about an injury he had to his lower back after a motorcycle accident. And it was super helpful to me And I think somewhere in the back of his mind, he might have even done it for me. Just, a bit of it was done for me because he knows what I'm going through now with my back. And it was very helpful. It really gave me a more positive outlook as to what the future holds for me after this back injury. And I'm thinking that, yeah, this is not going to be near as bad as I was thinking it might be. And all that comes from his video where he got very real, as I like to call it, and talked about something he went through that, was obviously very physically painful, as well as it was probably not good for him, having to deal with it for as long as he did. So, a personal note, thank you, Ian. I truly appreciate that video. And for everybody else, go check him out. Aardvark Adventures. Like I said, you saw the link up there. I'll put all the links down in the description for these channels. He's just a good guy. Along with that is also Into ADV. Link, IN, the number 2, ADV. He is Petros, although I believe he goes by Peter. And the reason I know that, because he and Ian do some videos together. They do some riding together down there in Melbourne, Australia. And Peter has a couple of bikes, but one of them is a V-Strom. And his most recent video that I saw, I'll put a link to that up here if I have enough room for links. Otherwise, it'll all be in the description. He took his V-Strom out and was going to go do some camping. And he ended up getting a little turned around out there in one of these tracks out in what I guess would be a national forest. And ended up on some places that were a little bit hairy when you're out there by yourself. And he wasn't exactly sure where he was. And I know what I would be thinking, and I know my heart would be going just a little bit higher. And it would be difficult when you're out there all by yourself and not 100% sure where you are and if you're going to be able to get out from where you are. And so I really enjoyed that video because I felt like I was there. And Peter and I have also been in contact with each other outside of just the comments on YouTube. He's on Instagram and Facebook as well. And I feel like he's a friend as well. And again, I've never met the man. He's Australia, a long, long way away. But anyway, I wanted to share those with you. Those are my 3 shout outs that I wanted to do today. And again, I want to thank all my subscribers for sticking around with me through all of this and through my Keeping It Real series, my V-Strom, my Goldwing. I know that not all of that is going to be interesting to everybody, but you seem to be sticking around because some of that seems to interest you, and I really, really appreciate that. This year, 2021, I expect I will be back on these bikes, hopefully in not too much longer a period of time. Get some more quality videos out there. I'm going to try to change it up just a little bit and put a little more of this ugly mug on camera. Talk a little bit more about what's going on other than just from the helmet. Although from the helmet is something I truly enjoy and will continue to do. And, I'd like to see, I'm going to try to get to 500 subscribers or more by the end of the year. I'm not looking for 1,000. I'm not looking for all the big watch hours to try to make any money off of YouTube, because from what I understand, you're never going to make a whole lot of money anyway, unless you're one of these people that just has millions of views and thousands upon thousands of subscribers. But it would be nice just to see it continue to grow. And the more it grows, the more it motivates me to keep going. If it doesn't grow, I'm going to still do it because eventually I want to look back at all these videos on my own and just reminisce, share with my son when he's older and I'm older, grandchildren, and any other loved ones or people that I've known. If I'm gone someday, there's a whole video library out there of some of the things that truly make me happy in life. And hopefully people will be able to look at that and smile and not be sad. I wish I had that with my dad. I wish I had a ton of videos I could go back and just watch and see him enjoying his life. So I'm going to try to do that for my son so that he has something to look at when I'm gone. All right, on that morbid note, thank you all for watching, and I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe, most of all, stay happy, y'all. Motoramblings out.